You probably believe that the decisions you make every day are entirely your own. What you wear, what you eat, what you watch, what you buy, who you trust, even how you see yourself. But psychology reveals something far more unsettling. Many of those choices are quietly influenced long before you think you've made them. From the moment you wake up and instinctively reach for your phone to the final scroll before you fall asleep, invisible psychological forces guide your attention, shape your emotions, and influence your behavior. Most people move through their day believing they are choosing, when in reality they are reacting to cues planted in their environment. Today, you're going to discover 7 powerful psychological tricks that control your mind every single day. And once you recognize them, you will start noticing them everywhere, in ads, in conversations, in social media, and even in your own thoughts. The first is the priming effect, and it begins influencing you before your day even properly starts. Your brain is constantly absorbing signals from your surroundings without asking for permission. In one famous experiment, participants exposed to words associated with old age began walking more slowly afterward without realizing why. When you wake up and scroll through stressful news, your brain absorbs anxiety before you've even left your bed. When you hear upbeat music, your mood lifts and your energy rises. If your morning starts with criticism or negativity, your stress response activates and quietly shapes your interactions for hours. Retail stores use warm lighting and calming music to make customers stay longer and feel comfortable. Gyms play high-energy music to increase performance and intensity. Even the colors used in apps and logos are chosen to trigger emotional responses. Blue creates trust, red creates urgency, green signals safety. The content, sounds, and visuals around you are not neutral. They are programming your mindset, expectations, and emotional tone for the day ahead. The second trick is social proof, your brain's instinct to follow the crowd. Humans evolved in tribes where survival depended on staying aligned with the group, so your brain still equates popularity with safety and correctness. This is why apps show download numbers, restaurants highlight most popular items, and videos display view counts and likes. Imagine seeing 2 identical videos. One has 43 views and the other has 4.3 million. Without consciously thinking, your brain assumes the second must be more valuable. When you see a long queue outside a cafe, it instantly appears more trustworthy. When a post has thousands of comments, it feels more important. Social proof reduces uncertainty by giving your brain a shortcut. If others trust it, you can too. But this instinct can be manipulated. Fake reviews, inflated follower counts, and artificially boosted engagement exist precisely because humans are wired to trust what appears popular. What feels like a personal decision is often social influence in disguise. The third psychological force is the scarcity principle, and it has the power to override logic within seconds. The moment something becomes limited, your brain increases its perceived value. Only 3 seats left. Sale ends in 5 minutes. Limited edition. Suddenly, you feel urgency rising inside you. Your heart rate increases slightly, and a sense of pressure pushes you to act quickly. This reaction is rooted in loss aversion. Humans fear losing opportunities more than they enjoy gaining benefits. Experiments show people will work harder to avoid losing than to gain. That's why limited time offers feel so compelling. Even when you suspect the urgency is artificial, the emotional pressure still works. This instinct once helped humans survive in environments where scarce resources meant life or death. Today, marketers use the same instinct to influence decisions about shoes, gadgets, and online subscriptions. The fourth trick is the anchoring effect, where the first number or piece of information you see becomes the reference point for everything that follows. If you see a watch priced at $25,000 but discounted to $4,999, it feels like a massive bargain, even if $4,999 reflects its true value. The original price acts as an anchor that shapes your perception of worth. Real estate agents show expensive homes first to make others feel affordable. Salary negotiations often begin with a number that frames expectations. Restaurants place expensive dishes at the top of menus, so everything else seems reasonable by comparison. Once an anchor is planted, your brain struggles to adjust away from it, even when the anchor is arbitrary. The fifth is the halo effect, one of the fastest judgments your brain makes. When someone appears attractive, confident, well-dressed, or charismatic, your brain automatically assumes they are intelligent, trustworthy, and capable. Within seconds of meeting someone, your mind constructs a complete story about who they are. This is why confident speakers are perceived as more knowledgeable, even without evidence. It's why influencers can promote products outside their expertise and still be trusted. It's why first impressions shape relationships, hiring decisions, and social trust. Your brain prefers simple narratives over complex reality, and the halo effect helps it create those narratives instantly. But it can also cause you to overlook red flags or dismiss capable people who don't make a strong first impression. The sixth psychological trick is confirmation bias, the mental filter that protects your existing beliefs. Once you form an opinion, your brain begins searching for evidence that supports it while ignoring or discrediting information that challenges it. You notice headlines that agree with your views, remember facts that support your perspective, and scroll past opposing arguments. This is why two people can watch the same event and come away with completely different conclusions. Your brain isn't always searching for truth, it is searching for consistency and emotional comfort. Confirmation bias stabilizes your worldview, but it also traps you inside it. It shapes political debates, social media arguments, and even personal conflicts where both sides feel unquestionably right. And finally, the seventh and perhaps most addictive psychological force is the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain's deep discomfort with unfinished tasks and incomplete information. Your mind seeks closure. This is why cliffhangers keep you watching one more episode, why unfinished assignments linger in your thoughts, and why notifications demand immediate attention. Social media platforms exploit this by offering endless scrolling and partial information that never feels complete. Each swipe promises closure, but delivers another open loop. Your brain experiences tension when something is unresolved, and to relieve that tension, you continue watching, scrolling, and consuming. This is why you intended to watch one short video, but ended up watching 20. Now pause and reflect on your day. The video you clicked because millions had watched it, the item you bought because it was almost sold out, the opinion you trusted because the speaker seemed confident, the belief you defended because it felt right, the scrolling you couldn't stop because nothing felt finished. These psychological triggers operate beneath awareness, guiding decisions that feel personal but are often influenced. This doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human. These mental shortcuts evolved to help your brain navigate a complex world quickly and efficiently. Without them, everyday decisions would be exhausting. But awareness changes everything. Once you recognize these patterns, you begin to notice when urgency is manufactured, when popularity is engineered, when perceptions are shaped, and when your own beliefs are filtering reality. Awareness doesn't eliminate influence instantly, but it weakens its control. You begin to pause before reacting, question before accepting, and think before following. And in that small pause lies something powerful: choice. The next time you feel the impulse to click, buy, judge, or agree, ask yourself one simple question. Is this truly my decision, or is my brain being guided? Because the moment you begin questioning the invisible forces shaping your behavior is the moment you stop being controlled by them and start taking back control of your own mind.